Hello YouTube, back again with another video. I'm going to be doing a disturbing topic, which will kind of surprise you with how the people in the church forgive this man. He has exposed himself by confessing to his sins. He has committed adultery, and he is confirmed that he was sleeping with a 16-year-old, and it happened 20 years ago, and he's been doing it for a longer while. And although he confesses and he admits to it, the shocking part is how the people respond. They immediately forgive him. They feel that they're willing to give him a second chance because he's the pastor. But this is which is really unfortunate, because especially in Christian religion, a lot of the Christians tend to be very hypocritical. They claim they're all for God, but yet they're willing to turn on him. And it's also important that I bring this up because it also brings a bad name, because I'm not entirely sure whether as a Christian person you have to always be nice. You have to entirely be nice, but like act like always have a straight face, keep cool, be polite 24/7. But just because you're a Christian, because people claim that if you're a Christian, that people expect that you're always smiling and being nice 24/7, which isn't always the case, because there's sometimes where a person can have their mood swings. Their moods can swing, so it's also best to realize that just because you're a Christian doesn't mean you're entirely a good person. But I do believe this man should not be forgiven, and all of a sudden the people there, they automatically forgive him. They actually go around, they do a circle even though he's confessed, because normally I understand like maybe the reason why he's confessing. There could be two reasons why. It could just be to manipulate his followers. It could so he could take advantage of the people, or maybe maybe I don't know. I don't know whether I can't say this though. I can't really believe he's trying to atone for what he did. I think it's more of like he realized what he did is wrong. So, but he thinks by confessing that he can gain the people's trust again. I don't think he's trying to atone, honestly, because it seems very manipulative and strange. And I'm not against religion. You can believe however you feel, but at least be true to your religion. Show that you're willing to abide to their rules, abide to the purpose of that religion, and be able to follow through with it. Because pretty much these people are all turning on God. They're turning on the child that was molested. They feel it's not a big deal, that people like this should be forgiven, when in reality these people have no remorse. The ones that commit adultery and that go after children. And we've heard it in the past. This is not a first time. We heard several rumors, and it's coming true, especially when this man admits it. And although a lot of people wouldn't, even though the majority of people, they're not willing to confess what they did, because they know that it will cause an uproar, and people will hesitate. They will not hesitate to go after them. They will not hesitate to be angry with them. They will not hesitate to be aggressive. So those are the things that people are trying to avoid, and then also on top of trying to avoid getting law enforcement involved, because people don't want to take the risk. That's why they would rather keep it quiet about it, or they would just lie, even though lying is also another sin. But again, I personally believe this pastor should not be forgiven for what he's done, because we don't know how many concern. It does not mean he's going to stop. For anything, he might continue to go after vulnerable people, whether it's women who are like unconscious, women that are vulnerable, children who cannot consent. Anything can happen, especially if and people aren't. And the thing is that no one has caught him. It's just the fact that he exposed himself by admitting. And I feel like, in my personal opinion, I feel the reason why he's saying it, because eventually it's going to catch up to him, and that he feels best to tell his followers right now. But when people see this video, people are going to the people who want to even be Christian, it really sucks because the people who have faith in Christianity might decide to they might redecide and not want to join them. They don't want to be part of this cult. They don't want to be part of this church because now they realize they have bad intentions. And this video is to show for it. And it reflects poorly on the community and the culture and the religion. Whoever supports this kind of behavior, they should turn themselves in as well, so see. And you will be stereotyped. You will be judged as being that kind of person, as the P word. And because you cannot associate yourself with somebody, it's best that you separate yourself from that group so that you can move forward and make a better living and make better decisions. But it looks like these people are refusing to do that because they see this as a sign of weakness as well. Because they feel because possibly he's been their pastor for so long, they possibly know him, they have some reconciliation, they have they've always looked forward, they've come forward, he's given them advice, and he's probably most likely been there for them in order to take care of them, whatever words he has shared with them, and that's why they feel highly persuaded that they can still continue to trust him. But whether we should blame the people or not, I personally do believe that they are just complete idiots. They don't know what they're doing. I don't know whether to say they should be charged as well, but at the same time, it shows how incompetent these people are, and clearly they need to get their heads checked. Because there's no way, in any way, in any capacity, should you condone this whatsoever. Because it's like you can't. Because yes, it's good to put differences aside, but if someone does something so heinous, not everything can be forgiven. But it looks like they're willing to support him. Because if you support someone like that, people will judge you and believe that you are that type of person as well. Because as if you have something common with person, if you're willing to support them and continue being there for them. And again, the fact that they act like it's something that shouldn't be approached, that should not be addressed. It should be addressed 100% because we want to know who the 16-year-old is so they can speak up and whether they should decide what should happen to that person. That is my final thought. I feel the person that was in that situation, that was being abused, especially the 16-year-old, should be the one to speak up and decide what should happen to the pastor, for her to understand how she feels and whether whether he deserves the punishment or if she's willing to give him a second chance. But I highly doubt he deserves it because he's only doing this for people to basically manipulate people so that he can convince them he's somehow a better person and that he's willing to change, which I highly doubt. Because people are so easily convinced just because you're close to somebody, when somebody's your friend, that you can believe every word that they say when you shouldn't. You should believe in yourself and the people who are related to you. A friend is not related to you. A friend is simply that you've known for so long that you put your faith in that person so that in return that person's willing to do you a favor and that they're willing to trust you and that you're willing to trust them so that you have your own companion and you can avoid loneliness. I think that's what these people are trying to do, is avoid being lonely and have somebody to fit in with, especially when you have that many people. They feel that's the best option for them when it's clearly not, because you should always be able to make your own life. You should be able to make your own decisions in life and decide which is best for you. But this is clearly not the best idea because looking at it this way, when you look at it, it seems like all these people that are supporting it have taken the wrong turn, and I would not. And whatever comes in their way, don't expect any sympathy from me or anybody else. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to check for more upcoming content later in the future. Be sure to check your notifications. Comment, like, subscribe. Thank you.